Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome to Knights of Honor 2. I am super excited to go ahead and bring you some gameplay from this because it is a game I have been following ever since it got announced, and today's video is sponsored by the developers, so I want to go ahead and give them a massive shout out. If you guys want to check this game out, use the link down below in the description when the game releases on the 6th of December. And I'm sure if you are a fan of games like Crusader Kings or Total War, or even Mount and Blade 2 of Bannerlord, you are going to fall in love with this game because it has all the awesome elements of grand strategy, but with some RTS stuff sprinkled in there, which I think is actually a really nice spin on the grand strategy genre. It makes it much more approachable and definitely one to go ahead and check out. You can play as over 200 different kingdoms across 3 different start dates, covering Europe, Northern Africa, and the Middle East. On top of that, you can also play in single player, multiplayer with both co-op and PvP. So once again, use the link down below in the description to check out the game, and let's dive in. So this is the map itself. As you can see, it covers a large portion of the medieval world, at least in the West, allowing you to really go ahead and dive in and have some fun. I also mentioned that this game does stretch through different time periods, so you can start off in 1110 AD, where the world is dramatically different, and go all the way up to 1360, where again the world is completely different. It's just England's got a little bit bigger, and a lot more of the more individual states have been gobbled up by the bigger empires. But I always like to start in like the beginning start dates in any game. Whenever I play Crusader Kings or something like that, it's always has to be the beginning start date. And I think a really good faction to begin is going to be over in Ireland, so we're going to go ahead and play as Leinster, and we're going to try and basically just conquer the surrounding countries in this episode and see how far we get whilst trying to manage our diplomacy, our espionage, and all that lovely stuff. Because the game does have some really interesting mechanics, especially when it comes to espionage. I've actually been playing as England recently in my own time, and I was able to actually kickstart a war between France and Germany. It was absolutely amazing. Besides that, there's nothing else we really need to adjust here. There are a bunch of things that you can mess around with if you want to go ahead and tailor your experience. You can actually even play as an individual province inside of a kingdom. It'll basically spit you out of the kingdom. So for example, if I wanted to go ahead and play as Winchester, I could do so by clicking this and then just playing as them. I'll be my own individual kingdom having to contend with England, which would be hard, but I'm sure something you can do with enough diplomacy and espionage. But for now, we are going to play as Leinster and see how we fare. There is also, really quickly, a minor victory thing here as well. This is actually really good for multiplayer. It's basically a quicker win condition, and you can normally get these done within like an hour or 2 hours. So it goes ahead and takes them longer games and kind of condenses them and just kind of makes it more of an RTS experience. So here we are on the campaign map over in Ireland. You can see that we currently hold the city of Dublin and the province of Leinster. So this is a pretty strong province, I would say. You go ahead and get a lot of these individual cities. These cities themselves are generated depending on the size of the province. However, what they actually are, the consistency of them, is different every single time. So this basically means that sometimes I might get an absolutely ton of villages but barely any crop fields, and other times I might get certain resources, and then if I go ahead and restart the game, these resources won't actually be given to me. These are completely random, but I think the amount of them stay every single time. I also think as well, depending on where you are in the world, you're more likely to get certain resources, but it basically makes it so that it's interesting. Every game is not going to be the same because you're going to be given different resources which will allow you to do certain things. Taking a look at our city of Dublin, because we actually have rolled really well and actually gotten given a ton of decent resources, you can see I now have access to all these special buildings right off the bat. We have some flax growing, we have some cattle farming, woodcutters, and a mineral trade as well, and that's all because we got these resources. Then we also have these more generic buildings that everybody gets access to regardless of the resources. If, for example, I was to click down here in Cork, you can see they've actually got pirates here, which is very profitable if you can build the buildings. Again, a lot of the kind of similar stuff around here. Yeah, most people in Ireland seemingly have acquired that deep iron. We've got some amber deposits here as well, and all these resources are important. That is one of the win conditions as well, is just to basically gather all the resources in your kingdom, which is nice. The resources themselves also go ahead and give certain bonuses once you develop them. So for example, if I was to able to actually get get the oils under my command, that would actually go ahead and give me a nice boost to my melee infantry. So it is really very important to try and get as many of these resources as possible. So let's go ahead and start getting some buildings in the kingdom. We do actually have negative stability. Again, this is random depending on some certain factors every single time. So this is going to be something you're going to want to try and manage. Basically, the worse stability you have in a settlement, the more likely it is to rebel, and the more vulnerable you are to enemy agents coming in and messing you around. If at any point you are confused by the AI as well, they actually have a really good tutorial. You press down Alt and you can basically go ahead and see what these things are about by just hovering over them, and this will give you a good idea and actually go ahead and show you basically everything you need to know, which is very nice indeed. So let's start off by building something. We do have a woodworkers here because of our deep forest. You can see it actually highlights purple because we're about to use this, and this will make our buildings cheaper. This will hopefully later on give us access to timber and coal. Timber would be really nice, just a kingdom effect of more production and also cheaper siege equipment, which would be nice. Charcoal would be great for money and also production. But we have to then obviously upgrade the building into one of these other developments later on down the line. But I think for now, a woodworker will be great. So we'll get that building. You can see it building right there. At the top of your screen as well, you do see our current knights. We only have a king right now, and each time, again, they are randomly generated. So sometimes your king might be really good at a certain thing, and others it might not be good. Luckily, we rolled a king that is actually pretty good at diplomacy, which isn't too bad. We can definitely utilize that to maybe get an ally in Ireland and kind of throw them against the enemy. There is also classes in the game as well. So right now our king is going to be a marshal, and you can see that's right here. You can hire these individually. There'll be barons and dukes and counts. You can also have a merchant, a diplomat, a clergyman, and a spy. Each of these perform different roles, which are very important to actually keep track of. I'm going to go ahead and hire a diplomat for 200 gold. You can see we have 700 left over, but I definitely want to go ahead and hire a diplomat early because I want to go ahead and get some better opinions with the internal parts of my kingdom, my nobility, my army, the merchants, the clergy, and the peasants. Each of these will provide us with some decent bonuses if I can get them high enough. So we're immediately going to go ahead and send our diplomat to start improving relations. It's going to cost us 15 gold to do, but I think it is going to be worth it. So now that we've got that on the go, I think it is time to start the game and start moving on. As we zoom up, as obviously you can see the map itself, a very strong African force right here. I'm interested to see if they can push the Spanish out, or the Castilians, I should say, out of Spain, or if they're going to be a little bit too weak. France and England fighting is inevitable, but for now we are going to be in our own little merry kingdom, letting our gold build up. We're not exactly making a ton of money. Compare that to something like England, and as you can see, they have how many provinces over here? An absolute ton, loads of villages, loads of churches as well. So yeah, another big thing to kind of keep in your mind when you're playing this game as well is that you need a governor for every settlement. So you actually need these knights to govern certain settlements. We have foreign merchants arriving from Ulster. Okay, that's absolutely fine with me. Ulster can come in. And actually, I guess something important to look at is what our diplomatic kind of setup is, because there might be some factions we're not actually too akin to. So right now we're friendly with Ulster because we currently have a trade agreement, which I think is fine. Yeah, Ulster can be our friend. I can then maybe utilize that to go against the others. Can we send back? Do we need to send? We can maybe get a non-aggression pact with them. This is one thing I definitely would love to see them actually adjust in the game, is like, we're in 2022 now. Like, I feel like you should tell me if these guys want a non-aggression and don't want a non-aggression. You know, I shouldn't just click it and then find out like that they actually don't want to have it. It should just tell me if they're going to accept or not. And now these guys are angry because of it. You know, it's kind of a bit silly, but that's fine. Oh wait, they actually accepted it, but you know what I mean, like it should tell me if it's going to be successful or not, so I can know not to waste my time, or give me like the percentage chance of them accepting it. Something along them lines I think would be good. Speaking of good, nice, our logging camp has now been upgraded because we have now got this this woodworking done down in Dublin, which is nice. That's going to give us a little bit more production on the map, and you can see Dublin's already making us a lot of gold, mainly because our king is here. The king gives an extra bonus to pretty much everything in your settlement because he's your king. Whereas if I was to stick this guy as the governor of this town, you would see I'd only get food and also commerce, which again isn't a bad thing, but still not great. So I think we should actually start preparing for a war. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my king to start leading an army outside of Dublin. Your king and any other marshal can command up to 8 soldiers on the battlefield at once, and you can have 2 armies in battles at any time. There are real-time battles in the game that you can mess around with. They're not going to be anything too crazy, but it does definitely break up just the campaign map, giving you the option to dive in and have some fun with that. So let's go ahead and put him into Dublin so we can start recruiting some soldiers. We're not going to be able to recruit anything special to begin with, unfortunately. It is just going to go ahead and be peasants. The peasants do cost us food, which is fine. You know, we don't exactly have a lot of it right now, but that should be okay. Yeah, we can go ahead and build a few of that. But I don't want to go ahead and take too much of a population up because we need this population for building, and we also need it for the actual workforce of the settlement as well. So whenever we build, we want to try and keep this high, and you can see because I've gone ahead and taken out some of the population, right off the bat, we are now making 2 less gold here. So you can see that starting to play into actions. But we are now starting to slowly build up an army, and it might not be a bad idea as well to actually maybe build some housing here. It will give us more growth of the village and allow us to have more peasants. Could be definitely something to think about. A cattle farm might not be bad as well. Okay, so Munster is offering me a trade agreement, and I think we're going to go ahead and decline this because that's probably the faction I want to go to war with, because I believe Galloway and Connacht are actually allied with Ulster, or at least are friendly with them. So yeah, actually no, that's Munster. Okay, so they're friendly with Munster. So I guess these guys are the ones we're going to want to go with. Yeah, we are a threat to them as well. Sorry, Ulster are a threat to them. So I think it makes sense that we do go after these guys and try and conquer that at some point. Again, they're going to have a decent army. They don't really have the biggest setup. What resources do they have? So they have amber, they have vines, and they have deep forest as well, and a few towns. So nothing too crazy. They are also slightly unhappy as well. So we're going to continue to build up our army. We could go up to 4 more soldiers in this force. Unfortunately, the barracks is a bit too expensive for us. We could save up for it and try and get it, but then we need to upgrade it even more to be able to even afford like light infantry or archers or anything along them lines. We do have a special provincial unit though, which we can only get from Ireland, and that's going to be the light infantry Viking unit, which again is pretty nice. And this is something, again, I was mentioning about more of the RTS feel of the game, is that you do actually, everybody starts off with peasants, and then as the game progresses, you upgrade to higher tier units as you build the certain buildings that you want to unlock to get them. So again, it kind of has that more RTS element to it, where everybody's just kind of starting on an even footing, and kind of the game progresses as you get further and further on, which I think is really interesting. And as I said, a very nice kind of way to kind of intertwine between these buildings and resources being relatively random at the beginning of every game. Okay, so the Pope is asking me to fund the Crusades, and I'm actually going to go ahead and accept this because this should improve our relations with the clergy. It's a lot of our money, pretty much half our treasury. But the problem is the clergy are not going to be happy when I start declaring wars inside of Ireland, because I'm fighting other Christian factions. So we will go ahead and do that, try and improve it. Oh, we also have a message from the King of England asking us to join his war. We need more armies to have a chance of defeating Champagne. So they are currently at war with one of the French or I guess one of the French vassals, I guess. Yeah, right here. I mean, why should we accept this? I mean, I don't really know if it's worth it. We could say, let me think about this. We can take a look, and the timer will slowly tick down there. Is this worth it? Because they are currently allied with Germany, and they're the enemies with Flanders and England. I mean, England haven't brought anyone else into it. Oh, they're also fighting Scotland as well. So England are having a pretty hard time of things. I mean, it would be nice to improve our relations with the English, but I think we're going to say, let me think of it. Let me think on it. And actually, yeah, probably just leave it for now. Another thing to mention as well, which is really important and something I actually just completely forgot about until I just saw the King of England, is you can upgrade your knights with certain bonuses. These bonuses are pretty big, and you're going to want to do this. You're going to spend this resource up the top called books that you get from monasteries and any other form of like schooling that you do end up building inside of your provinces, or the monasteries that you do take over. go ahead and provide you with some. And you spend this on upgrading your characters alongside other things. And these are really, really good because these provide you not only with good individual character buffs, but if you get a skill to level 3, you can then, wrong screen, you can go ahead and actually apply it to your kingdom, so then you get a kingdom bonus. You have to get the skill to level 3. Luckily, your king starts off with all his skills at level 3 because he is your king. Yeah, that's really nice. So we're going to want to do this. We also just got a message that is Ulster's demanding us to attack Connacht. Well, joke's on you. I kind of want to do that already. But before we do that, we definitely should go ahead and spend some upgrades. So we have logistics expert, which goes ahead and gives the army faster travel speed. It will go ahead and reduce the cost of resources, so there is supply in the game when you're moving an army, and allow the settlement itself to actually store more resources, which is actually really, really good because that means that they'll be able to go ahead and live longer in a siege battle, which is pretty goddamn huge. We also could pick the Iron Fist one, which gives us more money for defeating rebels and pillaging, and we also can have a better chance of establishing order action, which I assume is something to go ahead and stabilize cities, and also reduces rebels morale in the kingdom. I'm going to go ahead and grab the logistics, and then you can see we do go ahead and grab some more. I think this one's pretty important because this will basically allow Dublin to store way more food, which is very nice, and also means we'll be running out of supplies way less than the enemy. We also get access to a few more other ones as we go up. We could bargain. Cavalry tactics would be nice, but we don't really have cavalry. Leadership would be good as well. Morale is super important to do. And I think we're going to grab up this. This will give the army just more morale. And that's going to be all of our books, unfortunately. We also have field tactician, which would be very nice as well. Medicine isn't too good, but more population in a town he governs isn't good. So yeah, you can see these are really strong if you get the right guys with the right stats off the bat. So let's go ahead and recruit another unit of infantry. We can't recruit any more. There's going to be 4 infantry for our king, who is currently, I think, what is that, level 6 right there? Does that tell me? A character level 6, which is good. He has some good abilities. Yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't have good fighting skill. Like, I don't know how this actually affects it besides kingdom-wide abilities. Yeah, do not affect the king's personal performance. But unfortunately, our overall armies don't get good bonuses from this. However, we do go ahead and gain better improved relations, which I guess is pretty good. Okay, I think it is time. So we're going to say no to the English. I can't afford to join their wars. And you can see, oh, this guy would not like it, though. I wonder how this affects it. So this does say that the barony's advice may be time we can accept, but right now we shouldn't. Yeah, I definitely think that is the case. So we'll accept that. And then we have the Ulster one. And now this guy does want to do it. So characters can be bribed by other kingdoms as well and influence. I think this does affect the overall opinion of your kingdom as well, which is kind of important to go with your council. You can have lords rebel against you. Your actual characters you've built up could be bribed and taken advantage of through espionage. Is overall a really, really cool system. And I think we're going to go ahead and further our relations with Connacht, with Ulster, and we're going to go to war with Connacht. This should be received. Okay, that wasn't actually received poorly. Sometimes when I've declared like an unjust war, people have been pretty annoyed by it, and my overall kingdom have kind of like rebelled against me. The clergy hate it when you personally declare a war, but I think it's because it's not my war or someone else asked me to do it. I actually get away with it, which is really nice. Friends. I'm still kind of trying to work out exactly how these are all affected. It doesn't exactly tell you. I think maybe if your council want you to do it, like your knights, you're actually okay with it. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to wait until we do have another population, grab 5 soldiers, and then we're going to make our way in, because I don't believe that Ulster are actually at war. Yeah, Ulster are on a war. It's just me versus Connacht. So Ulster have just started a war between us, and I've kind of gracefully accepted. I mean, it's going to strengthen our friendship. Yeah, we're very friendly now, which is good. And hopefully we can kind of conquer them and then move south. Constantinople has got a trade center moving there, which is fine. The next population is soon to be done. Again, I would have loved to actually had enough money to build up my stuff. I think we're also going to probably build a market square as well. That's going to give us a little bit more money right off the bat, and then we can upgrade it to a scribe's office and in some tax collectors, which would be pretty good if we had the happiness, or even just a courthouse as well, which would give us stability, which we kind of do need, even though our stability is now +2, which is nice because of the king, I guess. So yeah, now we have our extra person. We'll go ahead and grab him. Again, our money is going to hurt because of this, and our food is dropping down. But now the king can move out. We have 2,800 manpower, which is nice. So let's make our way over to Galloway. Ideally, we'd like to fight their army in the field. Wouldn't be a bad idea. And nice, boom. The marketplace is now done, so we get a little bit more trade, a little bit more money, which we will do. And we'll move him up to the border. It could not be a bad idea to start raiding and pillaging a few of these towns. That'll probably be enough to drag the enemy army out and look to engage us. Okay, we can't see. Okay, there's their army. Okay, they got archers as well. Okay, that's not great. Them having that many archers is a little bit scary. So we're going to go back on the defense. I think we're going to pull them back, let them try and come out and engage us in friendly territory. Because they'll look at their morale compared to our morale. Our morale is way higher because we're fighting in friendly territory. So we're going to pull back, let them kind of do some things. God, I can't believe they have enough money to build that barracks right off the bat. Yeah, we can't see what they've got built here. But I mean, that would be great to go ahead and siege them and conquer that. Yeah, how many men do they have? They have 3 infantry and then that many archers. I mean, I feel like they have way more than us, but I guess not. Well, we're just going to go and sit inside of Dublin and see exactly what they're doing. They should be gradually losing supply as well. Yeah, there you go. They're attacking. I think we have to maybe go out and fight them and just engage them. Because, I mean, yeah, they're pillaging it right now. I think maybe we have to go in and just hope for the best.
What is your wish?
We should get maybe some more men. It's just all their marchers really do scare me. But we can't let them do this. They did take some casualties there as well, so they should be a little bit more susceptible to this. But yeah, let's engage them. The balance of power is extremely even right now. Neither side can take a victory. Ideally, we do want to smash them both. But again, this is going to really hamper our effect to actually conquer the settlement. I mean, I will definitely lead the army for sure. We could maybe try and get Ulster to join. I mean, Ulster are amassing an army of their own. To maybe come down. Could I convince Ulster to come join me? Because ideally what we could maybe do is just get them to fight the army and I back off here. I'm not sure if I actually have to do it. Change my mind. Demand support in war. See, this is the thing. I don't know if they're going to accept. I understand that necessarily you don't need to always know. But like, are they going to come and help us? Are they not? Is this going to be received badly? I guess I'd just like to see a bit more indication on if this is something that is going to be accepted or is likely to be accepted. Like, even just having the old school Total War system would be nice. Let's see if they'll join this war. Your actions will be ruined, both Leinster and Ulster. We refuse to follow you against Connacht. If you're smart, you withdraw your attack as well. You're the one who got me to attack! You're the one who got me to attack! No, okay, I mean, we have to go ahead and do this. Order your troops to engage the enemy. You observe the battle. No, I want to fight it. I want to leave them.
This will be a close battle,
yeah,
sire.
this is definitely going to be a close battle.
They will regret the slaughter of innocent people.
Yeah, I hope that we can destroy them.
Points can grant us a decisive victory.
Their army looks so much scarier, though. Oh my god, them archers are going to tear us apart.
One word from you, and our marshal will crush the sun.
Oh, I mean, it's not even our marshal, it's our king. So here we go. These are the battles. As I said, the battles aren't anything too crazy, but they do go ahead and provide you with a nice little kind of a breakup of the battle. The maps are pretty interesting in their own as well. So yeah, it's always fun to mess around with them. Let's go ahead and set our soldiers up here. We can kind of utilize this terrain to our advantage. I'm just going to play like really passive, kind of bring them in and then pounce on them. Why do they have, oh, they have 2 camps here as well. Do they have 2 armies? No, they don't. So basically our main goal is just to get on these archers and deal with them. We have way more morale than the enemy as well. And our king is a little bit more souped up as well. Yeah, you can see there's a big defense bonus going. His stats going up to what, 100 and 270? How big are their stat bonuses out of interest? Like their knights, what does his stats look like? Yeah, he gets way worse because his morale. Morale is everything in this game. Okay, let's bring you back. We're going to basically want to just try and like pin the enemy in place and then outflank them with additional units and kind of pin down the archers. And then obviously use our cavalry to smash. I imagine our cavalry will tear them apart. You can also do several formations as well. So there are formations in the game. You can go ahead and form a line and do several other things as well. I imagine the denser your formations are, the stronger it is as well. So yeah, I really want to try and pin them down here, surround their archers, knock their archers off as soon as possible, and then utilize that cavalry node. Please don't go there. Pull back, pull back. Yeah, I mean, ideally, if I can pin them in here, oh, this will be perfect. Do we now push? I think we wait for our general and then we push.
I'm in charge here.
Yeah, here we go. This is perfect. Okay, you guys go there. You go into that. You guys hold them there. You guys need to move now because their marchers will tear us apart. So we want to make sure we get involved on them as quickly as possible.
We're being flanked.
Cavalry already going in. Yes, smash them. Infantry charge there. Outflank them there. We'll go ahead and move around here with this. Oh, look at that. The cavalry charge coming in. Perfect. Oh, that's good. Oh my god, the cavalry demolished the archers. It's not even close. Look at the damage. Look at the damage. Oh my god. Yeah, they just send the archers packing. Again, my militia is not going to be good at all. But we are like cutting these archers down like nobody's business. They are also capturing my capture point. What the hell? Okay, well, let's maybe send our soldiers back to stop that. I definitely do not want that going down. We've also pinned their general in place, which is nice. I mean, hopefully I don't need to send my general back. Imagine if they were able to actually conquer this. That'd not be good one bit. Yeah, we've broken them there as well. We've got their general on the run. Yeah, this army is breaking. And you can see it's all down to morale. Not only do we get the insane stats, but we also gain everything else from that, which is really nice. So let's charge these guys down. You've got soldiers routing from the battlefield. One thing I would love to see added to this is being able to zoom out more as well. Especially because you can command up to 2 full stack 8 armies, so that's 16 units in one battle. And I feel like you should be able to maybe see a little bit more around the battlefield. But yeah, the AI is broken here. It's yeah, not even close. They've been routed. Man, that was a slaughter. Yeah, you really do need to protect your archers. My god. And yeah, having high morale, I did not really figure out just how good having super high morale was. They're capturing that point again. The little Sniders. Luckily, we killed their leader and the army broke apart. Nice, we'll take that. Yeah, I mean, that was supposed to be quite a close battle, but yeah, just being able to get onto them archers and break them apart. Yeah, that was very good. And we captured the enemy leader as well. Yeah, nice. So the question is, oh, we lost a bit of public order from that as well. Question is, do I go back and replenish? I'm not sure how replenishment works because you can see our units are wounded. And I would imagine, can we merge? Oh, we can merge a bit as well. That's actually nice. So do we now go back and try and do this? We only have one person. I think we push on and we go ahead and siege Galloway right now. We have their Baron in prison and we can actually try and bribe him to become on our side, which is pretty interesting. We can release him, we can execute him, but we could bribe him to be a spy for us if we wanted to. And then we have, who's this again? Monster in the south. Wants a trade agreement. I want to kill Monster after I've done with everybody else. We're going to decline that again. The trade would be so nice though. I'm also actually going to go ahead and hire a merchant and see if we can do it. Yeah, we can maybe do a trade agreement with Ulster in the north. Let's do that. He's going to do that, and that trade agreement can grow. We can then import resources that maybe Ulster have that we don't. And again, we can then get resources that will give us certain bonuses. Ideally, we want to try and get an alliance with or friendship with the English, because then we can import all their resources. Would be nice. So yeah, this shouldn't be too crazy of a siege. We have relatively high supply, right? We have decent morale. Our army is in a relatively good spot. We have some wounded, but nothing too crazy. And now we can lay siege to the actual city itself. Now, sieges are a long affair. They really are. Depending on how many men you have, you're going to have skirmishes outside of the city. And yeah, it's going to be a bit of a task to go ahead and obtain the actual victory. Like, sieges aren't supposed to be this big storming of the castles. You will gradually break down these walls and you'll be able to then assault them. But it's still something you're going to have to be careful of. You obviously, the main goal is to, make the defenders run out of food and destroy their morale, which we are gradually doing right now for putting them under siege. And you'll see numbers are starting to drop as we skirmish. Nice. The merchants now like us a little bit more, which is good because of our trade agreement. Again, I would love for the game to tell me a bit more in detail, like how to improve this relations. I'm sure it does somewhere. Maybe I just haven't found the button yet. But yeah, I think that'd be nice. And yeah, we'll continue to siege. Unfortunately, we don't have like a siege expert or anything, or any siege equipment. So again, we might have to actually end up, yeah, we might actually have to end up giving this up if we can't do it. But still, we'll kind of harass them for a bit. I ideally do want to try and break down that walls. And now I think maybe it's a good time to either save up and we can maybe get an inn and just have like a big army producing city, or we save up and we get a barracks. We can also get a village militia as well. So to recruit the better units in-game, you do need to spend a resource called levies, which you can find right up here, the kingdom levies. And again, you'll get them from certain buildings. I assume England probably have a ton of these like keeps scattered around, again, randomly generated. So you might get a bunch, you might get not many, and you can see them right there. Luckily, we get some actually in Dublin because of our king is the governor. So you get basically one of every resource. And okay, the defense is going pretty well. Our morale is high. Theirs is dropping. Our supplies are depleting. But I think their food is depleting way quicker than our supplies. So we should be good there. And honestly, I think this will be a fairly decent battle. If we get to fight it, I definitely will. I'm not sure how big their army is. We've lost actually a couple hundred men there in the siege so far, which is a little bit scary. Can our king take any more abilities? No, we don't have enough books quite yet. If we were to, is there any like siege abilities? No, it doesn't look like it right now. Yeah, I mean, I think I'd probably take field tactician would be good. I mean, learning would be good as well. Speaking of which, is there any special abilities here we could take? So this will give us kingdom stability, kingdom influence, which I think is down more to the great powers. It's not something we have to worry about for a little bit. And also army morale. That'd be very good. Or we could take this, which would give us all provinces have more supply, armies travel faster. Every resource we get gives us extra gold, and we have bigger resupply gold reduction. I'm not sure exactly what that is if you have to resupply. That's not bad. And then everybody with the logistics skill would also gain maximum army inventory slots. Which, oh, okay. So maybe, I actually don't know if this is the case, but maybe you actually do have to apply like oils to the, like the resource to the king. Maybe. Or maybe it just means they get more soldiers. Probably one or the other. So yeah, we can't assault until the defender's siege defense drops below 50%. Right now, it is, yeah, still holding firm, but will gradually go down. As I said, sieges are supposed to take a while. It allows relieving armies to arrive. And obviously, as soon as you get, I don't have any siege equipment, which is probably one of the reasons why it is taking so long. We're also gaining money as well for actually having so many levies, which is pretty nice, actually. 40 gold is not bad. 40 gold is not bad whatsoever. So yeah, this should happen eventually. Whilst it is happening, question is, what do we look to upgrade? I mean, the mineral trade would be good, but it's very expensive. We already have one trading partner, which is fine. We're making 21 gold. Do we have any abilities to upgrade this, maybe? I doubt we'd be able to import anything. Yeah, they don't have any resources. You have bargaining. So from food exporting, we would gain a little bit more money, which isn't bad. And conspiracy, which is espionage defense. Yeah, I think we're going to save up and probably grab bargaining. Seems pretty good. And you'll be able to see as well, if I was, for example, to put the merchant in command of my city, for every settlement we have, we would gain 1 additional gold. So he's good to stick down in a settlement with a lot of these provinces. Ooh, so the Scottish want us to go ahead and form a defensive pact. I mean, it's pretty interesting. Everyone thinks we should do it, so yes, let's do it. Okay, we'll form a defensive pact with the Scottish. Why not? And that defensive pact was actually against Ulster. So in the game, it's not actually a defensive pact in general. It's like a pact against someone. You can do it against England, the stronger powers. And that time, it was actually against Ulster. I mean, again, I have an non-aggression with them, but I wouldn't mind going to war with them. They have some really nice monasteries, which would give us more books. The siege is still going on, and we're actually really close to breaking down their defense now. I would imagine as soon as you get siege equipment, things go way quicker. But yeah, for now, that is fine. We also have a ransom offer for 600 coins to give him back. I mean, is it going to make them, like, stronger here? Because, like, 600 coins is a lot of money. We can get our barracks up and running, which we can actually do right now. Like, that's a lot of money. I'm going to accept and hope that doesn't screw us by giving them an additional unit. Let's do it, because 600 gold is a lot of money. Yeah, let's do it. And then just hope that he doesn't get... I mean, I think he did just get put in power there. But we beat him once. We'll be, oh, his army's right there. But he shouldn't be able to recruit anything, right? He might be able to, like, sally out. Possibly. Our supplies as well are doing great because of our logisticism, which is great. And that 600 gold is good. So we can get our barracks up and running now. 1,400 gold. That is expensive. But I think it'll be worth it. So the barracks will allow us to have better siege defense. It will give us more levies per castle. Unfortunately, we don't have any. But it will allow us to then upgrade to having a swordsmith, which would give us better swordsmen. We could get a Fletcher, which would give us archers. And we would basically be able to start upgrading. I think to get the Vikings, we would need a swordsmith. Yeah. So I think that's what we're going to save for. With that 600 gold we just got from ransoming the Lord, I think that's completely worth it. We can start getting some of these bad boys. Would be huge. So the swordsmith was what we're going to save for. We have the ability to export our trade or expand our trade relations. So this is going to cost us a resource called mercantilism. Commerce up here. Right now, we have a limit of 29. Again, you can improve that through buildings and other stuff. And that's mainly because we're maintaining one proper trade agreement. However, we could expand that. We can actually assault them as well. Good, we'll do that. So we can actually expand that if we want to. It's going to cost us 100 gold, but that will be paid back pretty easily. Right now, we're getting 21 gold. I'm going to do it. You can see it costs us an extra 10 commerce to actually do. But now, the trade itself, when it's expanded, again, it takes time to expand. But once it does expand, we should be getting a lot more money. So I think, is now the time to attack? We have broken this down quite heavily. Noble cavalry, and then this is the health for resilience of the settlement. Munster joins the wars! Is that you guys? No, it's Ulster. So you guys? Oh, okay. So we need to end this siege quickly. I paused it. Chill. Oh, my God. This game, as I said, RTS feel to it. It really does. So first things first, I believe the noblemen feel that we've neglected the development of our kingdom. They ask us to go ahead and construct a new building in our royal lands in Dublin. That's unfortunate because we did just go ahead and build some stuff. That's fine. Let's go ahead and grab the swordsmith. I hope that counts as a building. So let's go ahead and grab the swordsmith. Yeah, hopefully. Oh, here we go. Actually, no, this is really nice. So because we have a swordsmith, I assume you can only build one. But if we build a swordsmith, the swordsmith will affect every province in the kingdom that has a barrack. So we only have to build one small swordsmith in the kingdom to be able to build Vikings everywhere that has a barracks, which is nice. So we'll do that. Hopefully that'll please them. We now have Munster joins the war against us. Not good. We have people leaving. Munster's left the defensive pact, obviously. The merchants were successful, so now we should be making a decent amount of more money. Yeah, it's gone up to 31, so 10 more gold. I'll take that, and the merchants are happy with that. So now that they've jumped in on this war, which is kind of a bit bad, I think we're going to have to try and maybe build another army to go ahead and utilize the defenses. The merchants have gone up, and there's a new crusade on the way. Okay, the crusade. Yeah, this guy is launching the crusade. Okay, good luck for you, my friend. But yeah, we're at war with another faction now in the south. I think I'm going to continue to siege this just for a little bit longer, and I'm actually going to bring up another army. We have the money just about to do so. So let's hire another marshal at Dublin. There's a couple extra soldiers, which will be nice. And then, yeah, we're going to wait for the swordsmith to be done and grab up these Vikings. We can probably get one of them by the time the swordsmith is finished. And we'll continue to let the siege kind of fire off. Unless I see an army coming, I'm not in a complete rush. And ideally, I would love to get rid of his 200 men, because I assume they would reinforce the battle. And I also wonder as well, the longer the siege defense is, like, if we get this further and further down, is it then easier to breach the walls and stuff in the actual battle? I'm just, like, very cautious of them raising an army. But I guess we could just grab 2 units of peasants right off the bat and then rush over. So we're going to have to keep a close eye on them in the south. But for now, I think we just maintain this siege. It's something we have to go ahead and finish off. But yeah, we'll do that. Oh, we also, we might have enough to actually upgrade our lord as well. Yeah, we do. Bargaining isn't really that big. Medicine wouldn't be bad, having more people in my towns I govern. That would be nice. We also have learning, which gives us more cultural power and faster squad level up. So basically, our infantry and stuff will level up faster. That's not bad. I think, though, he's a military man, and field tactics is just good. More squad defense, more natural terrain bonuses, so we can basically get bonuses from fighting on hills and stuff. Let's grab that. And then what do we have? So we have archery, we have infantry tactics, which I think would go great with leadership. Stewardship would be great as well for our merchant if we ever got that. Yeah, oh, there's some good ones here. Infantry tactics would be great, though. More infantry and spearman defense and defense squad resiliency. That goes perfect with that, really. Does it not? Yeah, it does. And nice. Our swordsmith has now been done. Does that not class as a new building? Oh, the Danish. Mackenberg has been killed by the Danish. That's always good. Yeah, so we have our new lord now. So now, yeah, we can now get light infantry, but we don't have enough for Vikings. We get 1 unit of Vikings. Their shock infantry would be very, very good to grab. And we have full supply on this army. The morale could be a little bit better. And we could also... Oh, we get Siegecraft with him. Now, that would be good. I wish I didn't spend my points down and just got Siegecraft, because this allows us to build trebuchets if we get it as a tradition, which would be huge. Would be really, really big. We also do need to also build a building, right? Because I don't think the nobles got that mission, right? Does it tell me from anywhere like I have that mission? Is there like a way for me to see that, I wonder?
These are the mightiest nations known
Yeah,
to
these are
man.
all the great powers. We have 40 skill. The Byzantines have 4,000. Not something we're going to worry about. Does it tell me my royal family,
present
maybe?
to you
Oh, we're not even
the
married as
royal
well. Okay,
family.
we should try and marry then. I thought we were married, but we're not. And we're an adult, so we could die. Does England want to marry us? That'd be nice, actually. Do the English have anyone for us to marry? Not you. Where's the king? In London? No, he's a baron. Where is the king? King William, my friend. Can I see your family or not? It doesn't look like it. Could I just offer? Again, like, I don't know if there's anyone to
Merchants in
marry.
our kingdom applaud our actions.
Well, again, like, I just wish I'd be able to see, like, if this stuff is, like, something to click. Because I just got a trade agreement, but don't really know, like, how. So now I've got a trade agreement as well. I could probably, yeah, if I got another merchant, I think I could then trade with England, which would be big. Okay, cool. So we've got a little bit more money now. So let's go ahead and get a unit of Vikings. And I guess it's a unit of peasants. And then send this army over. 900 men. We're going to go and engage this 200-man army and then probably join the siege if I can help it. Because we are still at war in the south, so I'm interested to how that will go. And there's the Crusader army as well. Where is it? Is it on the south maybe? Yeah, it's going to go take Lisbon? Okay, I don't even know what the crusade is for. Does it tell me? Holy Crusade against the Alamids. So yeah, it's a crusade in Spain. Interesting. Maybe I should get some special units as well. Some Teutonic Knightly Orders, heavy cavalry. Yeah, that's a very good army this early on in the game. That is for sure. So I've caught the army outside the city. We'll just go ahead and leave this one. I wonder actually how the auto-resolve does work. We're going to fight it, but I wonder just like how the auto-resolve, if it's punishing like Total War is, or if it's actually pretty like, you know, based like maybe more of a Paradox game would be pretty interesting. Either way, we can just fight in, and we also get a nice little look. He does have good morale, to be fair. We have this Viking unit now as well, and they're actually weak against cavalry. They're great against swordsmen, but not good against cavalry. So I guess we just pin the enemy in place with... Are they coming towards me? They are. So yeah, I guess we pin them in place with our peasants and then hit them from the side. I think that's probably our best plan of action. I'm also curious to know like if forests have like an effect in the game or not. So let's just, I mean, yeah, if your guys are going to do that, we'll engage with the peasants. They actually got a good charge off on me. And we'll just literally wrap around as quickly as possible and just surround him and hope for the best. I mean, surrounding him with shock infantry and also my own cavalry should be enough to, yeah, break him, I hope. We are going to lose probably unnecessary men in this fight as well. Whereas, you know, now he is completely surrounded. He should take a lot of damage. But my peasants are getting absolutely pounded. But yeah, he's really starting to take damage now. This is definitely a game where you just start getting hit hard after a little bit of time. He's holding on fine, though. But there you go. He's broken now. And if we could maybe ransom this guy again, that's another 600 gold. Would not be bad whatsoever. So we did lose that unit of peasants. Unfortunate. They would have been great in the siege battle. But that's fine. That's fine. And yeah, we captured him as well. So let's go ahead and just join the siege battle. Add more men to this fight. Yeah, that's good. Unfortunately, neither of these guys can do anything right now. Again, having that siegecraft would be so nice. Repairs, yeah, that'd be so good. We'd just be able to start destroying their siege equipment right away. But that's okay. Having two lords here, I'm going to wait because it doesn't seem like... Yeah, it doesn't seem like Munster's sending any soldiers, so I'm going to wait a little bit longer and basically try and see if we get a breach in the wall and this is completely destroyed. I mean, to be fair, we're actually pretty close to surrendering, but the extra bolster of men is going to be a massive help for sure. Okay, so this time they're offering me 800 gold to ransom him. I mean, it means we're going to have to fight him, like, in a battle, but I feel like it's just worth to do this. Like, that's 800 gold. I'm going to let the opinion time down just because I don't want him doing anything crazy. But again, 800 gold. Of course, they want their knight back. But it seems like fighting battles and selling prisoners and other things is actually a really, like, profitable way to play the game. It also seems like they've got a bit of a... Oh, there's a battle going on as well. We have the Crusade up against the Alamids. That's a big battle. Can we see who's winning? Yeah, more reinforcements are arriving for the Alamids. Yeah, oh my god, their armies are on the way. So unfortunately, they can only fight with, I believe, 2 of these armies at once. But they're going to basically be able to fight this one and then bring up 2 more armies. Both sides look like they have, yeah, peasants across the board for the Alamids, and the Crusaders have the better strength in their army. But there's only 1 army. This Crusade is 100% going to fail. Oh, but Aragon are unleashing an army. Again, Aragon's taking a pounding here. A lot of their towns have all been raided here. The Alamids are turning up as well to reinforce this. Oh, yeah, only 2 armies can join at one time. So this army has to wait. Oh, man. I mean, the battle is brutal. We'll check back in on that in a second. We have this still popping, right? Yeah, okay. They're actually going to starve out, so I think we're not going to be able to get a siege. I don't want to throw my men away pointlessly in a siege because I imagine sieges are pretty hard without equipment. But what we could even do is we could just save it and I could try and fight it. Just to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of an example. I assume they are going to... yeah, they are going to possibly give up here. So I'll save it so we can always come back and try and fight that siege battle because I'm sure you guys are interested to see what sieges are like. And yeah, oh, are Aragon going to reinforce this? Can they reinforce this? I'm not sure if it's possible. Surely they're both... They did reinforce! Oh, and the other Alamid army has run away. And there you go, they've retreated. They've backed off. The Crusades have been victorious. Oh, man, that is brutal. Really, really brutal there. Okay, so they're starving now? So their morale's dropped even more. Okay. So until the resilience...
trying to break us.
Oh, they're sallying out. Oh, okay, then we'll fight it. Let's go. Hopefully, we'll then also get a little look at the siege map as well. So what we're going to do is... I'm going to see if I can cheese the game. We're going to accept it, and then we're going to fight. And hopefully that army doesn't get dragged in, because I don't really want to fight another unit of heavy cavalry, even though we have 2. And the battle should be good as well. Oh, we're actually suffering for food as well. Our food income is down, which is probably hurting the town. Yeah, we're actually losing population. Okay, that means we probably have to build Flaxfield, maybe? Oils and linen are both really good. Like, oils are great. So that wouldn't be a bad thing to grab. This also gives us draft oxes and meat. Province growth for all provinces for meat? That seems amazing. Yeah, I think that's probably the butcher, right? There's fine cheese. There's leather. Yes, let's grab that because this gives us more food. Again, oh no, we're gonna go a mineral trade. That would have been good, but we need food right now because we're losing population inside of our cities for starving. And then let's leave the armies. This should be a fairly easy battle, I would say. But we'll see how things play out. Obviously, you know, the fact that we're no longer having to attack the walls is pretty important.
The enemy dares
they are.
attack us.
Okay, here we go.
This is the stronghold we are going to attack.
Oh, they actually have proper units like spearmen as well.
We must breach these gates in order to enter the town.
Wait, why? They attacked me.
The wall is fortified by towers. This is what's left of the enemy's wall.
Okay, we have a breach point, which is nice.
Holding these capture points can grant us a decisive victory.
Okay, that seems easy enough. And this is where we are. We're pretty far away, actually.
We must assume a better battle formation. The enemies have taken the initiative and will try to scatter our forces.
Yeah, so they're actually attacking us on the battlefield right now, which is good. Man, I wish I could either rotate the camera a bit or even just... Can I do this as well? No, I can't. Yeah, I wish I could rotate the camera or just zoom out. Like, I really feel like the game should have a zoom out mechanic involved. So let's select all of our infantry. They're going to attack me. So we basically can avoid them in its entirety. So I'm going to set you guys... Yeah. Let's set you guys there, and then you guys can be on this flank. No, just you guys and you... No, you guys and you guys? Yeah, I can go here. Then we'll have our king. These guys don't have great morale, so just pull back. We'll let the king's army take the majority of the attack. Why is your morale so bad? Just strength ratio.
They will leave their
and it's just initial morale, whereas these guys have way higher initial morale. Okay. Okay, that seems fine. And yeah, they should come outside the city. We could even breach it right here as well. So here the AI comes pouring out. I imagine these walls are pretty derelict. They're actually okay. I think, yeah, some of these are way more destroyed than others. So, yeah, if we had any artillery, we could really lay siege to a castle. But I imagine castles gradually get stronger and stronger as well as you progress through the game. They become more stone-like and, yeah, better defensive. Again, more of that RTS element into it, which is always pretty exciting. So they're pushing up with what? Town Guard? How good of a Town Guard? 1330. Yes. Our militia are 940. So our militia have much better melee defense, but that's pretty much because of our generals. They have not good resilience, whereas these guys have really good resilience. So I think that means that they'll be like holding very effectively. Okay, let's reform here. We're going to basically sandwich these guys with the boys we have there. You guys get ready. They also have archers, right, as well? Or not? They have 1 unit of archers coming in over here. Okay, that should be fine. And we can engage these guys without too much trouble. I'm not sure if I should be charging these guys in, but I'm going to do it. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I mean, you guys can wrap around. We have a general in there. You guys can go up as well.
Yes.
Because, yeah, I imagine their soldiers are way better than mine. Okay, our king has to go stuck in there. I can't let the Vikings do it. Hopefully my king wins, because these guys are really bad at fighting. Oh, their archer tower is here as well. Okay, that's not good. We need to send reinforcements for the king. You need to come around. You guys need to go in there as well. Yeah, if we lose our king, we lose the battle. Okay, he's trying to pull around, which is fine. Our Vikings are now in as well. Kind of. Not really. We've broken that unit already. Okay, good. Okay, come around here. They just basically took a bunch of damage to pull through and do damage. It feels like I'm playing Darren at Total War again. But yeah, the rest of the army, they just have no morale. Yeah, they got no morale whatsoever. Unfortunately, my Vikings are getting hit, which is bad. They've been dazed, apparently, which is minus attack and defense.
Yes. What should we do?
And obviously, I don't really want to be fighting anything else, but we can charge down their archers effectively. Yeah, deal with the archers. Get the Vikings out. I mean, you guys surround their leader. And I think if you kill their leader, you win the battle, so... which is pretty nice. Yeah, so we'll just pull back. But yeah, you kill their leader, you win the battle, so it's important to keep him alive. And I've been a bit blasé with my general, I'm not going to lie. So perfect. Okay, that was much better, I think, than attacking. And there you go. The province has been conquered. So we now have low stability. We have low stability because of what? Because we just conquered this, I imagine. Yeah, I think, yeah, this is minus 46. So it's going to be hurting our overall stability. Chances are there's going to be probably a rebellion here at some point until we rebuild it. So we're going to establish order, which has a 58% chance of applying, and I imagine getting the population back under control. Costs us 200 levies. Let's give it a go. Are you sure you wish to subdue Galloway's population? This will have the following negative effect: -1 pop, -200 fission with the kingdoms in our regions, and minus stability fades over time. I mean, I guess, right? We want to conquer this
at once.
So we'll do that, I guess, and hopefully it passes. That's fine. Everybody's happy with that? Yeah, army opinion +3. Munster does not like that. Kingdom has been destroyed now. Perfect. And we have now won. So I wonder what would have happened, actually, if we'd... And that's the established order, yeah. Like, what happens if we just, like, occupy the land? Do we then... Oh, that looks nice. Look at us go. Yeah, I wonder what happens if we just occupied it. Could we then, like, ransom it back, get, like, them to be our vassal? I imagine that is stuff that is possible.
What is your wish?
Very cool. Okay, let's bring that army back then. Oh, we have a... I assume that's a rebellion. Or is that someone dying? Because of our negative food? I mean, negative food should be sorted out very, very soon. Okay, we'll leave the army here. Again, these guys are not going to be able to rebuild. And we can't rebuild that quite yet either. That's fine.
A letter from the Pope requires your attention, my lord.
What do you want, Pope? I want me to give him 800 gold. We're eager to trade with Leinster, but there's something that we'd like to exchange. Send us 800 gold immediately.
Our army disapproves of our recent actions.
What are they disapproving of? We constructed a new building, though. So the nobles feel that we are neglecting our development in Dublin. I mean, we're literally about to build a building, so that's perfect. And I think them events are applying because of this guy improving our relations with them, which is good. Replenish army. Okay, orders to recruit new troops for his army. And what does that do? That just replenishes this unit, I would assume. Yeah, it just replenishes that unit. Okay, good to know I could do that. Oh, we can also now apply a new governor, right? No, we can't quite yet until we've conquered it. And what do we have here? We have a vineyard, we have a logging camp, and we have a village. Doesn't really matter what we stick here, I don't think, too much. So diplomat managed to convince the military leaders that the king, yeah, that's good. So our diplomat got some relations with them. And our soldiers all over the kingdom are unsatisfied, to say the least. Insufficient food supplies. Makes sense. You know, that's fair enough. I am trying to fix it, though. I am trying to fix it. It's not my fault. I have such a glorious army. And what we could actually do is just merge. And that should sort this out. Yeah, boom. Okay. Now our food is sorted. Which means these guys should start growing now. Yeah, unfortunately, our one rebellious pop is causing us some issues. But that should be sorted. And that should be done soon as well.
The new building has been finished, sire.
It's a building, right? So that should improve our relations with the nobles whenever that event fires again. Which is good. And now we actually have to start buying these if we want them to. If we want to start doing this, we actually have to start buying them. I'm interested. So can we just upgrade all of these? So for example, if I have a barracks, can I also now just upgrade? Oh, you can just upgrade to the stable. So you can have all these upgrades in one province. That's actually really cool. I like that. I actually didn't mean to get the stable. I just wanted to see what happened, but I guess we'll grab it. And then is this going to pass? I'm interested to see if this is going to pass. It's only a 50% chance. Hopefully it does, and then we just conquer the land.
Has ceased
Nice! Boom, hey, yeah, they do have a barracks and a swordsmith here.
Governing a province.
And the Baron wants to control it. Okay, so quickly before we wrap up this episode, let's see.
Prophet. A glorious royal wedding was
who? Queen Anne and... Oh, I married Queen Anne. Hell, you're my queen now. And she'll now give us some more military power. Good, thank you very much. So yeah, we could do that. That would give us free gold.
I cannot wait to hear.
We could send our diplomat to govern that, and that would give us a little bit of commerce and more food, which we kind of desperately actually do need. Or I could send my marshal, and the marshal would give us a bit more levies and more defense. I think we're gonna let the diplomat govern this. So it's really important to allow the diplomat, to govern your provinces, because right now we're only getting 10% of the resources, which is obviously really, really bad. But now we're going to be able to go ahead and get all 100% of it once we get our governor, once it kind of fires off. And yeah, he kind of gets into power, which is nice. Some more factions being destroyed by the Seljuks right there. And the disorder has now ended, which is good. We're getting quite a few rebellious pops here, which is not so good.
Your orders are my command.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and just heal that unit of Vikings. Give ourselves a little bit more defense. And yeah, I think that's where we're going to end the episode. We currently have the Crusades popping off now in Spain. Hopefully that goes well. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed this game a ton. It does a really... wait, what? Where? There's some mercenaries? So we could hire these guys? Oh, I mean, this would be an army and a half. So we just pick, right? To bring, if we have the money, right? Yeah, if we have the money, we could buy some high tier units. That's cool. I like that. I'm still learning so much about this game as I'm playing, as you guys can tell. But I'm having so much fun right now. Definitely recommend you check the game out using the link down below in the description. It would really help out the channel. Drop a like, drop a comment if you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.